Good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing this morning? I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's still early, and it's going to be early when you're watching this. So I hope y'all are doing great. My name is Lynn, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, just a quick summary. I do a ton of different crafts. My main is knit and crochet. That's my two favorites. But I do a lot of other stuff. I do inkle looms. I do some painting, not very much, but I do cross stitch, which I haven't done in a long time. I don't know if my eyes can do it anymore, but yeah, I, I wouldn't mind trying again for a small project. But I do homesteading, but I don't have a whole lot of videos on that right now because it wasn't really getting traction with y'all. I have more viewers that like the um, knitting and crochet, the fiber arts type stuff. But anyway, I want to welcome y'all and hope that you find something you might like. I am a relatively new channel. I just started this year, and so far the response has been great. You know, I didn't expect the results I've gotten. So I appreciate y'all subscribing and giving thumbs up when y'all do, because that can keep me motivated to keep going. Um, Beyond the fact that I like to talk and I like to show all my little makes and all the things that all the things that I make and that bring me joy. Um, it is very early, so y'all caught me having my single Mountain Dew for the day. That is my caffeine. That is my coffee. But I told y'all on the last episode that I wanted to get the spring fling bag finished so I could show y'all for Monday's video. Unfortunately, I am having to record this early because my son, who does my editing, I don't have the software on my computer. He has to do it for me right now because I've told y'all before, I run Windows 7 on my laptop. It is older than dirt. And there's nothing, I think there's some editing apps that I can get on my phone. But to me, that's just, it's what I have tried is not a software that I'm comfortable with. So he has editing software because him and his friend did and still do a lot of recording. They did have a podcast, so he's quite familiar with all the editing, and he's actually really, really good. But he told me that he's going to be out of town this weekend, and he won't be back till Tuesday. So I have to get this pre-recorded early enough to where he can edit it and get it scheduled before he goes out of town. So that's why I'm in here almost at the butt crack of dawn. I've already done all my greenhouse, my watering, all my little chores. So I don't mind getting in here early and doing this, but if I'm a little discombobulated, well, more discombobulated than usual, please forgive me. So I'm trying to guzzle down my caffeine so that my all 8 cylinders can start firing. So I told y'all when I showed y'all the stuff I'd gotten from Joann's, I told y'all about this colorway that I'd done, that I didn't want to try to do a beautiful shells in those beautiful pinks, the pink ombre gradient type stuff that I had bought. I didn't want to do a beautiful shells because I had one similar to that. So I dug it out. Now, this is not a current make. This is an older one. It's a completed project, but it is a crocheted baby blanket with beautiful shells. And here is this little beauty. Isn't she gorgeous? I love her. Well, I say she. Listen at me trying to. This blanket I really enjoyed. It was very, very fast because I used, I want to say, a 5 millimeter, maybe 5.25 millimeter hook, because it is Red Heart and Karen Jumbo, which is like the Karen 1 pound, but it's the jumbo. It's the multicolored. So this one is, I believe, it's soft petal pink or something along that line. Hold on. Oh well, I don't have my phone. Um, I might be able to reach. Ha! Oops. Hold on, guys. Okay. See, this is what I love having my stash really, really handy for. It is. This is the same. I have 3 more skeins of this. It is the Super Saver in petal pink, and that's what I did with this blanket. The pink is the petal pink, and the white is, I might be wrong on the white. The white might be Karen Jumbo or Karen 1 pound in no. No, matter of fact, I'm looking at it and it is more like the Red Heart Bright White. Um, because Karen 1 pound, it has a slight, I know they're all white, but the Karen 1 pound has a slight off white. My daughter-in-law says it has like a very pale pink tone to it. I don't see that. Let me see. I'm looking at them on my rack where I just got my petal pink from. And I do see a hue change, but it's sitting right beside yellow, so it has a little bit of yellow tone to me. Um, and this definitely has more of a bright white vibe to me. And I'm sorry. I wanted to get that in. I wanted to drink that before I started filming, but I just didn't have time. I went and part of that is because when I was down at my greenhouse, so the plastic that I cover my greenhouse with has started to break down. It's not even been on there a year. So my son and I took most of the plastic off because it was breaking down and just flaking down into my beds and whatnot. And I'm not going to have all that plastic in my no, not in my soil. But anyway, so when I went down there this morning, I had the sun glaring right there. Sorry, the sun was glaring. The morning sun is glaring right there in my face because I angled my greenhouse in a way to where it gets the rising sun immediately, because the morning sun is the best for your flowers and vegetables and all your good stuff. So anyway, um, I have seen podcasters warn their viewers, okay, well, now the yarn stuff is done and this is kind of more personal stuff, or, this is more vloggy type content after from this point on. So if you I can't do that. I wish I could. I wish I could warn y'all, but if you've been watching me, if you've watched it, 2, maybe 3 videos of mine, you know I get talking on tangents, and it's not that I get distracted, which I do. My conversation style flows in a way to where if I don't say it when I'm thinking it, I might not say it at all. It's just it's who I am. You I can't change that. That's fundamental. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. This is the petal pink. This is the bright white. Both of these are Red Heart Super Saver. And this is, I don't know if they have it. And like I said, I don't have my phone in here with me. Karen Jumbo had this, and it was called Easter Basket, I think, or Country Basket. I'm not really sure. If y'all know, leave a comment for me. Yeah, because I don't think. Yeah, I don't see any. I don't see any more over there on my rack. But I really liked. I liked the way the colors played. It was real easy. I could have even matched this. I could have added a gray into this, but I already had a pink, white, and gray. I think I did a chevron baby blanket in that colorway. So I could have added a 4th color to this, and it could have been pink. I mean, it could have been purple, like a pale violet, lilac, or the gray. I could have done any of those. But it's a cute little, baby blanket size. I think it's probably a 36 by 36, maybe. I love it. And it's so squishy and fluffy. Now, the thing about me is when I make it, and me and my best friend have always disagreed on this, but everybody does things differently. And my recipients are always told with cotton yarn, it is not washed, but it is set with water, salt, and vinegar. Your stuff, the acrylic is not washed. Now, people are probably like, "Ew, that's gross." Well, I do it for a reason because she thinks that if you wash it and then they wash it when they get home, that it'll remove whatever detergents you've used. And that may be true, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the chance that a new baby or a baby that's already here that has skin allergies, I don't want them to be at risk for breaking out or having a reaction. So I always tell people when I give them things, wash it in what you use because I don't want to be the cause of anybody having discomfort or child experiencing. Let's face it, if you have allergic reaction, it is not just discomfort. Sometimes it can be downright painful. Ask my scalp. But anyway, so this thing, it is soft and fluffy as it is, unwashed. I know it will be, oh, so much better when it is washed. But I wanted to show y'all this since I had talked about it once before, and I really, 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 really like it. The Beautiful Shells is one of my go-tos. And I have done a Beautiful Shell full-size throw, Afghan, you know. I probably won't go that big again in the Beautiful Shells because while it is a gorgeous pattern and I love to do it, by the time I got finished with that one, and that was in my blue ombre or gradient. I don't really. I guess the isn't ombre and gradient kind of interchangeable? I don't know. What do y'all think on that? But I mean, I'm sitting here looking at that Super Saver ombre in scuba. I think I don't remember. I still haven't decided what to do with that blanket, that pattern. That is one of those works in progress that is on permanent hold until I can decide what to do. So, I told you all the lovely details about this pretty little thing. Actually, let me put this over here. Put this on that bookcase that I told y'all. For right now, the bookcase is staying because it has my inkle loom on it until I get finished filming all that. And then I think I was talking to my daughter-in-law the other day, and I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to break down and order a little desk off of Amazon for like $40. That way, if I do want to do any tutorials, Lord help me, Lord help y'all. Like I was telling my daughter-in-law yesterday, she asked me if I would go to Home Depot with her to get a few things, and I said yeah. And we always talk a lot when we get together, and she said, "Well, why don't you do tutorials?" And I was like, no, I don't know about doing tutorials because y'all see what an utter fail that knitting machine situation was, and it wasn't. It was more of a fail the way I felt about doing it more than because when I'm filming, I want to be focused on what I'm saying and what I'm showing, not what I'm doing. Does that make sense? Now, like I told her, because with me and her, I taught her face to face. And then what I couldn't teach her or what she wasn't getting from me, she watched YouTube on. But it was more of, look, you know how to do this, but let me show you this neat little trick, or this, let me give you a tip on what makes it look better, or what makes it easier for you to execute that particular style or that particular stitch, or it was more 26 years of experience, 27 years of experience. Um, let me help you, that type thing. And if I could bring that into a tutorial, I think I'd be more open to it. And at first, I wasn't going to do tutorials. And this is a tangent, sorry, but I feel like I want to explain something. My hands are, I have issues with my hands, okay? I have issues with this one right here because of the way when I was born, and this one right here, it's yes, I am going to have a lot of arthritis in my hands. Um, in fact, rheumatoid arthritis runs rampant through my family. And there are some days to where I feel like I'm in the beginning stages because it kind of flares up. But anyway, I was scared, and you notice I talk with my hands all the time. Well, when I first began thinking about sharing my love of fiber arts and crafts on YouTube, I said I would never do tutorials only because I was scared of hateful comments about my hands. And while I've always had a thick skin. Um, that goes back to my crappy childhood that just taught me don't show weakness, survive, that kind of mentality. But, and I know that sounds horrible, and I was the baby of four. All right. All my siblings were my big brothers. So I was protected from a lot to a degree. All right. I'm not doing that. All right. No. Mm-mm. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, I'm not as thick skinned as I used to be. Okay. I think I've gotten, and this is a blessing of having a man that has loved me for 32 years and has taken care of me, and he's been my protector even when I didn't need it. And it's a very strong, independent woman. That takes a lot to say. Um, but anyway, as I've gotten older, my thick skin is thinned a little bit. So going back to tutorials and stuff, I said I would never do them only because I didn't want. I had watched Mikey from the crochet crowd from way early in the beginning, and he got so much criticism and so many bad trolls, and he still does, I imagine. He has a attitude to him now that has been very long building. He had to work to that. So when I thought about doing this channel, I was like, I don't want to open myself up to that, because while I'm still very solid in who I am, and I'm still that strong, independent person, my last job proved to me that people can hurt me and they can hurt my feelings, to where I walked away from making serious bank in my last job, um, because two of my coworkers just made me feel terrible. And I don't want, I hate giving people that power over me. So I was like, I'm not going to open myself up to that, to perfect strangers on the web that will essentially tear me down for something I can't control. And then I was watching Cinnamon Stitches one day, and Jennifer was talking. She said, a friend of mine has issued a challenge: try to crochet with only your thumbs. So she in that episode, she was talking about Llama Mama Kayla. She had Kayla had issued a challenge because she had lost yet another finger to Reynolds. Go check her out. This lady, she's awesome. I love her spirit. She is about my age. I think, well, I'm 50. I'll be 51 at the end of this month. I think she is. Oh, wow. God, we're almost at the end of the month. Okay, so I'm very close to 51. But I think Kayla's 52, 53. But she has the best outlook and the best spirit. Now she does get down, and she does let life, she feels beat up sometimes by life, but she always keeps going. And so I watched a few of her videos and it got me hooked. So I went and watched her old stuff and I caught up 4 years of her videos in 3 months, I think, because I wanted to know her story. She inspired me enough to watch all of her old stuff because this woman, I know she's gotten, and lately, it's really upset me for her because people, the last finger that she's lost, now she's lost 7 fingers. So right now she only has her 2 thumbs and her left pinky left. So that's just 3 fingers this poor lady has. And I say poor lady, but the sweet lady. And she, she crochets on camera. She does tutorials. She's done loom knit tutorials. And I was like, if Kayla can do this, I'm not going to worry about showing my hands. And it would probably be impossible anyway, since y'all see that I literally, I cannot talk without my hands. And my husband has joked with me for 32 years. If you didn't have your hands, you couldn't talk. And I said, probably not. And I have tried putting my hands up under my legs and trying to talk. It just doesn't work that well. They help me think. But anyway, Kayla, watching Kayla, and I wish this lady knew how much she inspires people. Because then she wouldn't let these awful trolls get her down when they're mad because she's not doing a whole lot of crochet content right now. She can't, that last finger she lost, which was her middle finger on her left hand, it has made her have to learn to do crochet in a different way, which is more painful and it's more frustrating. And I have no doubt she will figure something out. But she's feeling a little battered and beat down right now because she has chronic illness and chronic pain. And as with my husband, I'm familiar with that. Not firsthand. Well, chronic pain, yes, but not chronic illness. Because my legs every day just, yeah. Anyway, if it wasn't for Motrin, because I can't, I'm allergic to painkillers, so I can only take over the counter stuff. So if it wasn't for Motrin, there's a lot of days I wouldn't be able to move. But anyway, I have no doubt she'll figure it out. And she's been doing other content. Now, even if it's not my kind of thing to watch, I still watch and I give her thumbs up. And occasionally, I'm not a huge commenter, but I do comment every now and again. But she has my view. She has my thumbs up. And it's only, I know I'm only one person, but to me, this is the least I can do, you know? So, there may be a day to where I do tutorials and hopefully I can pull it off to where y'all aren't wanting to sling your device across the room or, turn your TV off. Okay. So, back to what I wanted to show y'all something. It just, like I said, I wanted to explain kind of about the tutorial thing, and that made me want to talk about why I now consider doing a tutorial because of Kayla. And Kayla's from the Bayou. Well, I say the Bayou. She's from Monroe, Louisiana. And she is just a bright light. Even when she's having a bad day, and she was crying the other day on camera, and it hurt my heart for her. But I know she'll rise above, and I know it'll get better for her. She doesn't let it not, you know. That's what I'm saying. She's got that kind of spirit. So, kind of tying back into the whole thick skin thing. At my last job, my coworkers, I was showing them up. I was outperforming them, and they made my life heck because of it. So, the first time I've ever done this on a job, I took my knitting and crochet with me to work, and my boss loved it. And the techs loved it too. Now, I was a parts counter person at a dealership, and the techs loved it because the reason I outperform them is because I'm very outgoing. I love to talk. If I see you, I'm going to tell you, hey. I don't care if I can help you right then or not. I'm going to say, hey, because that's my personality. So every time they would come in to the parts department, they're like, oh, what are you working on? What are you working? So they loved it too. And these guys are mechanics. They're not interested in knitting or crochet, but they like to watch. You know, they like that I was doing it, and they like to see the things that I made. So it was a win-win for that, and it kept my hands busy to where I gave my coworkers time to get motivated to help the techs. Sometimes they actually did. Most times they didn't, but it was enough. I still greeted everybody, even if I, was working and I could be helping one tech, and I'd greet everybody else that come in. And the tech that I was helping wouldn't even mind because they just know that I'm going to help them the best way I can, as quick as I can. So anyway, one of the projects that I took to work was the perfect tea, and it was God, hold on. I'll have to. I'll put the link down in the description below. See, I printed off the pattern, but when I'm printing, and I'll show y'all just a little glimpse. I print it landscape, and I blow it up because my eyes. I talked last video about my eyes. I do have problems seeing sometimes. Um, so I tend to blow it up to where you can see. I can see even if it's sitting right here on the thing beside me, on the arm of the recliner, or when I was at work on the counter, where my computer sat. But anyway, it's called the Perfect T-shirt. It's knit, um, and I know who makes it. It's just not coming to me right now, and I apologize, but it will be in the description below. Um, so I got. I'm gonna show you the yarn I used first. It was at Joann's. Now I quit my job in July of last year, so it's been almost a year that has gone by since I was working there. And I think I started this in March or April before I quit. So I got this at Joann's about that time. It's KC, it's knit and crochet. I don't think Joann still carries it, but I don't know. Have to look on the website. But what I'll do is I'll show you that, and you might be able to see. This is called Coastal Blue. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love this. It is a fingering weight. It's a number 1. And this says a 3mm hook. But I don't think I used a 3mm hook. Hang tight. This is where I keep all my little chiagu. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Somebody's texting me. I hear it. I don't know where my phone's at. So, I'm trying to find. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, so I might have used a 3.5. I don't see my really long one. I had a, oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah. So this is a 40-inch, 3.25mm. This is the one I used for that. So in order to hit gauge, I had to go from a 3 to a 3.25, which isn't much, but sometimes you just have to. You have to modify what you use. And just to tell you, this is a 30 stitch gauge, and it was hard for me to hit that even with fingering weight unless I went to, because I always thought I knit and crochet loose, but I think it's, in this particular instance, it was a little different. I think I hit 32 or 33 stitches, for the 4-inch. So yeah, I had to go up one. But anyway, I love this stuff. It is so soft, and it is a dream to work with. I don't know. I have seen others say that they didn't like it, but I haven't blocked my top yet because I haven't decided. Oh, did I tell you that was coastal blue? That beautiful color. I was so, I enjoyed this so much that I was looking at getting solid colors, because I really enjoyed making this. Now, this is a raglan style t-shirt and it is not done because when I put it on, it was before I started losing weight and I was not happy with the way it fit. But this is my top, and it looks a little bad right now because it's wrinkled. I had it in my bag. But I love this top. I love the colorway. I just don't like the way it fits. Now, she calls for a I-cord, an I-cord collar. I don't know if I want to do that because I did the I-cord. I don't know if you can see it. It's rolled up right now because it hasn't been blocked. But I did the I-cord hem, right? And I don't know that I like it. And I might like it better once it's blocked. So I might have to sacrifice one shirt and do the I-cord bind off and or do the I-cord and see if because I've always done ribbing. That's always been my knit go-to is ribbing. Usually it's 1x1 ribbing. I have done 2x2, but I prefer 1x1. But anyway, I may go ahead because the sleeves, the edge of the sleeves, the hem, and then the neckline is all done with that I-cord. So I might go ahead and do it. I don't know. I have lost I have lost some of that weight, or most of that weight. So I really want to try it on now and see if I want to keep it. But I don't know. It was not a very fun time for me. So I'm not really sure if I will get the pleasure in wearing this, knowing the situation I was feeling, or how I was feeling when I made it. I don't know. Um, so I did do the I cord on the sleeves. And like I said, I might like the look of it better once I blocked it. But these were, even with discounts and all, each of those hanks were, I want to say, about $10. So I spent $50 in just yarn, which is not a lot. Okay, let's face it. It's cotton. Oh, let me see. Hang tight. This is 100% cotton. It's on the label. It's hand dyed, 100% cotton, 472 yards, or 432 meters, 3.5 ounces for each of these hanks. And so I bought 5 of them. So technically, this is only $40 worth of yarn because I still have. Sorry, it was caked up and now the cake is flat. So I still have a good bit. Um, and, I haven't decided if I want to. Well, the problem is I made a large, which is a 44-inch bust. Because I think this is supposed to have positive ease. And it might fit me better now. It did not have positive ease after I finished it. So we'll see. But I love this color. And I'm going to try not to hit the microphone too bad. I love this color. It's such a pretty color. And it's right up my alley. It kind of reminds me of ocean tones. Um, and it's so soft. And it feels so lightweight. So even if I don't keep this in its state that it is now, I can always pull it out and make another just smaller. Or this one might fit me perfect now that I've lost the weight. I don't know. But I did want to show y'all because I do love to knit. And right now I'm knitting a cardigan, a raglan cardigan, because I love the raglan style of the sleeves. I'm not sure. I've done set-in sleeves, but I don't like how some shape them because not everybody's shoulders are shaped the same. Ask Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches. She'll tell you. Um, I have broad shoulders for a girl, and I can make the raglans fit me better. But maybe I need to experiment with somebody else's. I've only done 2 set-in sleeves, so I didn't like either one of them. But that could have been my knitting style that didn't work necessarily with that design. I never give up on a designer, or I never fault the designer. I fault myself first to make sure I'm doing what they're trying to teach me to do. Um, it's more of holding myself accountable and my skills accountable before trying to rip somebody else apart. So I do love the raglan style. And I'm doing that cardigan that I was telling y'all about. I'm doing it in raglan style too. So I was really excited to pull this out because I want to decide what to do with it. It's almost been a year because I think my last day there was July 7th. So it's almost been a year, and I've come a long way in that year. Um, in knowing more about myself and how my tough exterior has changed a little bit. Because I've had to be with I've had to be tough and I've had to be strong all my life. Even when with my husband, and you know, he's the bomb. I love my husband to death. He he's my rock. But anyway, even with him, he became disabled in '08. So my love of him made me take on a different role, to where not only was I caregiving physically, but I was caregiving emotionally, because as a very strong viral man that goes from providing from his family, working himself to the bone, making sure his family has everything we need, being our person, being our protector, being the one that keeps the wolves away from the door, so to speak. When that came crashing down for him, I had to be the one that says, you know what? You're still you. And all of that, and raising our boys during all that, you know, that kept me, and my strong personality and my strong thick, my thick skin, it kept all of that there. I mean, I felt like I was almost diamond coated at this point. But my sons are grown. It's me and my husband now, and I don't have to be tough anymore. And I found out at my last job, apparently I'm not anymore, and that's okay. We don't always have to be tough. We have different phases of our life, and now I get to be grandma. You know, I love that, and I'll always be mom, and I'll always be wife. I just don't have to be the tough one now. So I didn't mean to get up on all that. I do apologize. um, but I don't know if Kayla watches this, and if you do, lady, you're the bomb. Keep your chin up. Don't let them get you down. So, on that note, I think I'm going to get off here. I did not mean to talk this much. I wanted to show y'all these beautiful little things. Um, and if you stuck with me this far, thank you. You rock. I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you who watches my video, gives me a thumbs up, subscribes. It any interaction that you have with my channel, I know. I watch my YouTube studio all day, because if I see a thumbs up, or if I see a new subscriber, or Lord, let me see a comment, and I'm over the moon. I'm so easy to make happy. um, so thank you, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go and try this on. I'm going to see what I think about it. I'm going to finish my Mountain Dew. And we're going to see what we can get into today. I worked on my cardigan a lot yesterday and today. Well, today I hope to get, I have probably about 5 inches. No, yeah, maybe about 5 or 6 inches done on my cardigan from the armhole. And I think I'm going to work on that a little bit. I haven't picked out my next crochet project. So, since I had to hurry up and pre-record this for Monday's video, I think what I'm going to do is Thursday's video, I hope to show you that bag with its handles completed because my son will be back. He'll be back in town Tuesday. So I can go ahead and have that recorded because I'm going to get my handles from Amazon. Should be Saturday, maybe Sunday. Today's Friday. So I should get that tomorrow, at worst Sunday. And I'll go ahead and get that done so that I can record it and show y'all, and he can edit it when he gets back in town. So I'm excited. But I need to find another crochet project. I like having one of each only because it keeps my hands limber and because you use different motions for knit and crochet. So I like to have one going of each one at all times. I just haven't picked my next crochet project. Y'all have any ideas? Let me know. I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.